Hi YouTube, Joey Green 1990 here to do my reading reaction of chapter 79 of Regord of Ragnarok, the Rebel King. In Greece, nah, he is the coolest back in the world. He speaks from the old man of the blood spill, boils like shit. Just by seeing that back, he'd never stand still. Even an old geezer like me might still be able to fight. When soldiers talk about the man's courage, their adrenaline increases just by fighting while looking at his back. Starts to feel like they can win. Yes, even they were facing 300,000 enemies. He's a man who lived in ancient times. Since then, throughout the age and across the world, immeasurable heroes, great men have been born to. However, to put it briefly, King Leonidas I of Sparta is the man who in ancient times received the most admired gaze in human history. 480 BC. As you know, I'm a history teacher, so I love seeing this. I love kind of the historical kind of, you could say add-on, but it's historical fiction, and still they're using that basis for it. King Xerxes, he's another that was a big, that I could have, came back in the ancient times, I could have seen essentially being in Regord of Ragnarok. Fourth kings of the Achaemenid Empire, led by King Xerxes, a Persian army of 300,000 demands. Greek city-state alliance centered on Spain, Sparta, and Athens was about to be taken over pretty much. However, the assembly hall of the Spartan Russia, I know I'm just trying that, forgive me, Council of Elders. Chew! Definitely called Spartan Russia Guard Haggis. Although this meeting is taking way too long. Sigh. Should not fight against Persia. It is unforgivable. Now is the time of Carnia Festival. If we engage war, the divine punishment of Apollo should fall. Carnia Festival, and is a ceremony that celebrates the glory of Apollo. During the Carnia Festival, all military actions are strictly prohibited. It is said that when Apollo descended upon the earth, he conveyed this message to the people of this land. The oracle of Apollo has been passed down the generations. For the people of Sparta, it was an absolute and rule command. However, we must stop the Persian army from invading the Peloponnesian Peninsula. If we don't accept them now, we won't be able to resist them. If that happens, what will become our people of Sparta? What will they do to us? The worst case scenario, all of Greece may become scorched land. And are you suggesting you want to break the oracle that we Spartans have protected for years? You don't understand anything, do you? What are you saying? You young ones have no clue and come up with this opinions. Don't worry about it. The Carnia Festival will begin in just a few days. If we have to fight, we can wait till after that. But there is a possibility we have too late then. We are Sparta, the strongest military state. You young ones know nothing about war and won't understand. A mere few days delay will not lead us to defeat. It's inconceivable. Ah, well, but we need to keep repeating it. This is the oracle's rule. Ah, there goes the old fool. From the beginning, the outcome was already decided. Yet, if you had no intention of listening to the young ones, well, I guess if it's the will of the gods, there's nothing we can do. Things will just unfold as they will, and someone else will decide what to do. Looking back now, I was just like the elders. Honestly, I was easily influenced by the atmosphere around me. Why? Well, normally you're supposed to follow the oracle, right? I think other Spartan citizens felt the same way. It's just the way it is. Kids can't be helped. Peer pressure, thought suppression is easier that way. It's scary to stand up and join, but he was different. Don't make me laugh. Divine punishment, Apollo, oracle. Are you all a bunch of idiots? King of Sparta, Leonidas. I've never met or seen a god. I refuse to trust my life to him. I myself am going to go forth. Leonidas, do you dare disregard the sacred council? Even as a king, without council permission, you cannot start a war. The time while the king of Sparta held this command ceremony, the authority to engage in warfare with other countries is one country. Audacity to speak of Lord Apollo. He will not be forgiven, Leonidas. Not forgiven? Who's not going to forgive me? Don't look so high and mighty. As Leonidas destroys the statue. Leonidas. If that's how divine punishment is, then I guess I'm on my own. Anyone got a problem with that? See it. Wait. No one will stand by your side after you've broken the oracle. The oracle has lasted for centuries. Why isn't it necessary to march now even to fight gods? Are you so eager for battle, or are you so thirsty for blood? I never wanted to fight. It's time. I don't want to die. I'd rather have a drink, take a nap. So even now, it's time to fight, you see. When it's time to fight, you must always fight by your own will. That is Sparta. Honestly, I thought you were foolish, going against the oracle, going to war all by yourself. It's incomprehensible. So then why? Why did I do such a thing? Honestly, even I don't flinch. But you see my legs, they just moved on their own. King Leonidas, my soul just fall on his back on its own. But that is King Leonidas, please wait. It wasn't just haggis. And then the idea, oh, no. The idea essentially is, the Leonidas 300 soldiers essentially stopped the Persians from advancing. Seen of 300. Pretty much it was like, you can't go to war with your army. It's like, I'm not. I'm just taking 300 of my personal best bodyguards. I will accompany Lord Leonidas. Me too. I will also join the campaign. Please let me fight too. Mesmerized by the spirit of a true warrior. Men had joined him. You guys don't understand the importance of this battle, right? Yes, sir. It is better to return your shield than to live. It's a fight where we not come back alive, right? Honestly, it's scary, but we are Spartans. Do as you like. Is he smoking? I don't think he smoked back then. Just saying. We don't even know it was around. Where was it in Greece around the time? And so, fate or another, he unites the rebel against the god, led his 300 Spartan soldiers to the battlefield of Thermopylae. It's quite a spectacle. Well, let's just show these cowards, bastards, who are battering a huge army the way Spartans fight. Honestly, that person is incredible. Charging into a force of 300,000 enemies, just 300 people. I must admit, I was a bit frightened at the moment. But thanks to that, it was the first time in my life that I truly felt alive. Regret? No, none at all. I don't think anyone had any regret. Even the king and all 300 of us, we knew we were likely to die in that battlefield. But with our fight, all of Greece rallied. Driving back the Persian army and saving our country, that was our victory, wasn't it? The greatness of King Leonidas? Yes, I suppose, indeed. That back, it gives me chills. That incredibly cool back. He's so cool after all. Go get him, Leonidas. Do you understand now? Your carefree command became the oracle of the Spartan people. You're a real pain in the ass, and I don't like being around, so I'm going to make it up to you, okay? Now make it up to me, even though I so graciously bestowed upon you a delightful and peaceful myth of pacifism. Well, aren't you cocky? If you're going to talk to me, your fight, if you first need to kneel. Well, then such a shame. I love how his shield is changing. I'm assuming that essentially that's his Valkyrie. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Shield is transforming. That I'm the one who's going to bring you to your knees. Shield is his divine weapon. Called it. The only one able to hold this power is her. The advancing spear. Fifth Valkyrie. Girl Lol. I know I'm destroying that, forgive me. I like how it changes, but he stops. You damn god. Puts more force into it and spins. Onyx Echoes. Let me tell you something, shitty god. If you want to live a long life, don't stand against Sparta. I like this chapter. I like the fact that we got a backstory essentially kind of for Leonidas, and we kind of got a setup showing essentially why he is the man, the myth, the legend that he is. So this has been Jolly Green, chapter 79, The Rebel King, Regord of Ragnarok. I will do a review that I'll add, and that'll be the end. By YouTube.